D&D for the first time since I think, in a good long while, full house. All four of you fuckers.
It's been a minute.
Yep, it has been a minute. This should be entertaining. Before we begin, just a quick aside. Stim packs have been altered slightly. Well, they were already altered. I just didn't fucking remember I altered them before the fight. Last week, apparently I already changed them a little bit. Where if you want to use them as a reaction, you need to perform a DC 8 sleight of hand check. It's low, but I mean you can still fail it. I also added that if you take more than let's not do it from memory. I can just tell you. So they now heal for 3d6 plus 3, and can be used on self as a reaction by performing a DC 10 sleight of hand check. The creature that benefits from a stim pack more than 3 times in the span of 1 hour suffers 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, 3?
Oh, 3. In the span of 1 hour, though.
It's fair enough. It's like a sugar crash.
It's still 96 plus fucking 9. Healing.
Yeah.
And that's just from stim packs. Like there are alternate sources of healing in this fucking universe. You just haven't fucking encountered them yet.
I mean, outside of me, who's gonna have 3 stim packs?
Oh, I mean, what are you saying? It's too much?
Yeah. I thought it would be like if you had more than one, then you would get
3.
exhaustion.
We'll do 3 just for the sake of simplicity's sake, and also so that there isn't a designated healer in the party. So just kind of need some heals.
You should do it where if you use a stim pack, you roll a death saving throw, and that's permanently marked until your next short rest.
That sounds absolutely fucked. No.
It doesn't do it for a failure. You roll it, and if it's a failure or a success, or I guess maybe if you roll it, and if it's a failure, then you mark it.
I just need to understand, why are you trying to actively make things harder on us?
I gotta ask like Maz, you're being more vicious than I am.
I mean, yeah, well, I was thinking about it as well, and that's what I came up with.
Brody's like, shut the fuck up. I want my healing, you son of a bitch.
Need to.
What's the matter? You don't have the Cure Wounds spell on you?
No, I do not. But hey, I can hear your thoughts.
Oh, you can hear me saying, I'm gonna Cure Wounds myself.
Yes, I can. That's exactly what I can hear. I keep forgetting that I have Action Surge, or not Action Surge, the healing.
Yeah, the fucking second wind.
Second wind, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have. I mean, you weren't in that much danger last session, I don't think.
I was like.
He ran away.
I mean, I was literally one more hit away from dying.
You kept missing your damn shots with a rifle.
He's a bigger coward than Flint.
I've got to get some levels or something. Like,
we're gonna get you some.
I feel bad right now.
As little damage as it does, I mean, that pistol will probably hit every time, because you have a good as fucking intelligence modifier.
See, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is potentially modifying the way this psychic... Having to be within 30 feet to use it when we're all fighting with it, like, long-range combat with rifles feels a little rough.
I know, but I will not change it because, God, if your shit is that useful, I don't think I'm going to alter it much. I'll tell you what, though, I'll compromise for you.
I may need to. I think I need to go back.
Hold up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Hold up. I will compromise, though, saying, like, if you want to somehow boost your abilities, I'm totally down, like, say, like... I mean, you're a fucking smart guy. Maybe you invent a means of doing so. I'm willing to let, like, some machine that helps you out here, or perhaps even, like, a feat down the line to perhaps double your range or something like that. I'm down for that. Okay. But
I may need to rethink. I realized there was a reason I was using pistol, and it was because I needed to be in close range to actually like use my stuff. So I may need to like rethink that, but we can talk about that later. It's not important.
I mean, if I'm being honest, like this last battle, they're usually not this spread out.
Yeah. It's almost like they were people with ranged weapons. Why the fuck would they clump up?
And we usually fight either just mass groups of people, where we
Or
stay real
giant creatures
close.
that want to get close to you.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm overreacting. I just felt like every time I was trying to do something, I was just way too far out of range to actually.
You know,
roll to be useful.
I know, and that is shitty. But I think that is I think that's a little bit balanced because your character, you know, you're a close range dude. That's like
Yeah.
kind of your shtick. You don't have anything long range, so yeah, that's just how it is for now. It can always change, but for now it is. And it's not always going to be like this. I mean, fuck, if we were in a close quarters dungeon, like actual dungeon, you would probably, like, just like last time, you would have been always in range of your shit.
Yeah, exactly. I just noticed it. I didn't. Whenever I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just do assault rifles. I didn't do the math of none of my abilities can actually be used in assault rifle range.
Well, I mean, it's important to have it just on the off chance to use it. But I mean, I did buff the assault rifle's range as well.
And they're also dex weapons, right? And your strength
Yes.
build.
I'm actually in an intelligence build.
That's why I said he should have used the damn force pistol because of that.
Yeah.
Well,
You would have been hit
the-
every single shot probably with that.
Yeah, but the force pistol does like 3 damage.
Well, yeah, but that's 3 damage every turn. And remember, if you crit with that fucking force pistol thing, you attack immediately again. It's just one of those things where it's like, 3 damage was better than 0. And that's what you were doing on whole turns just because the dice were betraying you. So, I mean, I don't know. I personally prefer surefire things versus gambling when it comes to D&D when I play. That's just me. But if you roll the dice, I don't give a shit. That's
It feels bad with the force pistol just because it takes about like 5 or 6 rounds to get through a shield.
Dude,
That's-
you
Oh, of
should
course.
use the force
Of course.
to hold a second pistol to fire or something. You know, there's ways around this.
Right. I love how you're just allowing him. Fuck you.
What?
That is my call, mister.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like you can think up something and propose
of
like an
course.
idea. Like that was just I thought about it for 3 seconds, and that's what I came up with. Like, yeah, you
what
do.
was the idea? I'm trying to understand.
Also, remember, you can ride your surfboard in the middle of combat. Yeah, it has a risk to it, but, like, you can. And when you are, like, you move way faster.
I tried that and I
Oh,
failed.
yeah, and you failed
was-
the fucking piloting check.
Yeah,
Never mind.
exactly.
I retract my statement. That sucks.
What's the
Yeah, the
first
dice
time?
weren't in your favor.
But what was the idea? I'm trying to because I
Well, like use the force to hold like another gun, or something,
okay.
and like
I
get,
mean,
get a shot with your bonus action with
I mean that's just
disadvantage
dual
or
wielding.
something,
That's just dual wielding pistols, isn't it?
Yeah.
or tri wielding.
Or tri wielding? Can I
That's
tri-wield
gonna.
pistols?
Excuse me, mister. Ixnay on the unbalanced A. No.
I mean, if he
that'd be
just does
bullshit.
3 damage every time, it's not
Okay,
unbalanced.
okay, fine. Let's say he gets enough dex to use normal weapons, and he tri-wields deagles.
Well, Deagle's
that.
too heavy, or it's not accurate enough.
Right. 1 second. I think my wife's trying to get my attention.
I'm just saying that there's options. What was that, Flint?
My message, I'm trying to add like a -1 to my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma in my settings. And I sent you a picture of what I did. I think it's in the right place, but it's not actually adding it when I roll. Is it just 2? Oh, it should. It's a waste. But it's just to my wait,
Your
rolling
checks?
lines.
Okay, then if like
It's my skills.
so there's also the skills. You can do all the skills. Right. There's
Yeah, I
a
know that's
modifier for
correct.
the skills.
Okay, that's for my. It says -1 for my morale. But it's
Oh,
not that.
are you doing morale? Okay, I know how to do morale. You do it
No,
differently.
I've done morale. Yeah, look at that. I've done morale, and it works for my skill checks, like the investigation and intimidation I just did. But it doesn't seem to work for my like just random intelligence checks.
So do the global skill, and do the global skill modifier that's below your languages.
Yeah, no, that's where I do my morale, and the morale it works for.
Oh,
I'm not
come
worried-
on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Really? That's what you think the guess was?
It doesn't work for
There's two. There's one that
my
one, the
like
other one I'm not
constitution
sure
checks.
of because I'm not sure what this falls on the whole timeline thing.
Okay, it's not a character
I
that
can't
Car would have
hear
meant.
you over. So, I had to adjust all of
Oh,
my voice settings because Drem changed his mic thing.
Okay, so my morale is
Yeah.
taken care of for my skills,
Yeah.
but not for my checks. So like my wisdom check, charisma check, just a general check. It
Yeah.
doesn't calculate that.
That's
Wait, what?
I'm trying to program because I've got -1 to my charisma, wisdom, and intelligence rolls, and I don't want to have to keep track of that. I just want to have it built in, and I'm trying to make it so when I roll that.
Perhaps you shouldn't try to work on that.
yeah.
Okay.
Can we start?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody. We'll talk about like maybe advancements you can make, or like I said, trading feet. Like if you, what level are you now, Brody? You're 3, right?
Yeah, I'm 3.
Well, you level up at 4 and you get a feat, like right off that get go. If you
Mhm.
want, like I'll totally let you spend that feat for like something that boosts your psychic, like rain. That sounds totally fine for me. So
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
like if that's what you want to do when you get that, because feats, you could pick one that I've already built, or that's on the book, and then we can alter it if it doesn't quite fit into New World. But if you wanted to just do something specific, I'll totally let that happen. We just got to talk balance. That's really the only limiting factor.
Yeah, I'm down to talk it. But I'm not sure. But probably leaning towards something like that.
Because with I don't know if you read the rules specifically, but you can't pick the ability score improvement when you hit 4.
Yes, I did read that.
Yeah, you gotta pick feats.
Yeah, I'm currently at 4 hit points out of my 44 maximum.
Oh no, combat is over. I promise. Hey, there comes a giant fist. No.
Master hand floats in.
Yeah, it just starts laughing hysterically, and then left hand shows up as well. And it's like, oh fuck. 1 stock left for 200% already. Some bullshit. So to clarify what happened last session, you guys were these guys were the ones you think causing havoc. They had Stevens at gunpoint, then beat him down. You guys managed to get the drop on them, open fire, killing one of their own by luring him away. Firefight ensued. It was long, drug out, painful. Drem and Brody suffering from the shotgun brothers. Daniel and Rick mainly pushing forward against like the other dudes. All the while Rick was getting shot in the face repeatedly by this fucker on the wings, who's still alive. Who is currently surrendering because there is 2 giant fucking talon crawlers staring at him with acid dripping out of their mouths. And he saw that Daniel called them off, so he just assumes they're with you. So combat is over. Rick is nursing a very concussed face. Steven is still bound. There's a rifle in front of him, as if he could use the rifle, courtesy of Daniel. And then Drem and Brody, you would just finish off dispatching these 2 down here. So we're picking up right where we left off. Flint, we'll get to you in just a couple of minutes. So yeah, where to next, pals? That's
Exactly
the sniper is raising his hands. He is like, oh no, he is done.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm looking for, Alec.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for shotgun shells.
Okay. First things first. Did you want to grab one of their shotguns first?
I have a shotgun, remember?
Oh, you already had one?
Yeah. We bought one we bought all the weapons.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you. I didn't search them yet, which is there's a chance you don't get a shotgun from them.
No, I have one.
Cool. No, I'm sorry. I genuinely didn't know that. I didn't know you bought one.
I'll grab one. I'll grab look for one of the shotguns.
Okay. Well, hold up there, different. So now, gentlemen, we perform everyone's hated D20 rules for searching. Brody, Drem, we'll start with you. 1 apiece. I assume one of you want to search one and one of you want to search the other.
Sure.
Sound good? Brody with a 16. Let me check their sheet real quick. Right. So, you find 10 shotgun shells. Apparently, he had a lot of ammo on him. You also find his shotgun in working order. His armor is still in working order. He has the module in his armor. You can try to extract that with an engineering check, or you could ask Daniel to extract it with an engineering check. However, you want to do this.
Hold on, let me.
He
write
also
this
has
down real quick.
Okay. I'll wait for you to get ready to write down. Tell me when. Tell me when.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the shotgun shells in the shotgun, and then he's got modular
Yeah.
armor.
Did you want to take? If you wanted to take the armor off.
Yeah.
You
I'll
can.
take his armor.
I will warn you. It's heavy. If you carry armor that's you're not wearing, it's heavy.
Okay, it's fine. I'm not carrying a whole lot at the moment, so.
It is 15.
Okay.
Yes. So you grab that up. Somewhere notate that it has a module in it with the disruption shield, and it's still intact. Because you literally got one above what you needed, which is good.
Do shields stack? So if there's a modular armor with disruption shield and I'm wearing a shield bracer, do those stack on top of each other?
So funnily enough, shield. So I had to break it. I was going to break it to Daniel, but I got sidetracked. You can't have a shield bracer on and have shields on your armor.
Okay.
You have to have only modules or a shield bracer. They don't link. So I mean, that's my bait. I should have made that clear, but I don't think I did. So that's my fault entirely.
Okay, so I only have 10 then.
I guess so.
Can I like just turn the module off so it's like still in the armor so I can deal with it later?
It's an engineering check if you can.
So is there a way to? So the modular armor.
What you get, by the way.
The disruption shield. I remember that doesn't recharge after it just explodes, right?
It does recharge. It recharges. Wait, actually, you know what? Let me verify real quick because I'm starting to remember that it doesn't either. Where the fuck is it? Where is it?
Shield bracer, 10 HP energy shield will replenish if not hit an entire round. That's what I have written from the first day of the campaign.
No, I know. I mentioned it sometime else, and I just didn't fucking tell you. Did I not add it to the fucking item catalog?
I remember seeing it in the credit store before.
Huh. I know it's in the credit store, but I don't think I made an item catalog. Oh, it's called Burst Shield module in this fucking thing. Lovely. My double naming thing strikes again. Yeah, the shield recharges if not damaged for 1 round.
Does it have how much? What's the shield size on it?
Oh, just 5. Normally heals.
Okay.
It's only 5.
Okay.
It's because it's meant to deplete. Because once it goes bye, boom.
Okay. I'm guessing you couldn't like activate like after it. I guess if it's rechargeable, you couldn't activate like your shield bracer after your other one depleted, could you?
No.
Okay.
No, that'd be a tad bullshit.
Can I check the Android now?
In a second, we're doing Brody and Drem first. Also Drem, I'm sorry, Brody, please roll me a D100.
What a number.
You find 6 credits on this poor fucker. You got a 16, not
at the 4.
yeah, you got a 16, so you do not get the other thing. That's it. He does not have a dog tag. That's what I get.
Is there still water in this? The like healing water, like a little bit.
Somewhat, yeah.
I'm just
Still
gonna
flowing around.
just flop into it.
Nice. Drem, roll me a D20, please.
16.
Okay, more or less, you get the same shit he does, except different rolls. So you find 5 shotgun shells. You find a fully intact shotgun. You find his light modular armor, which has a disruption shield module in the armor slot, one of the armor slots. You also find 50 credits.
Yay. The light armor. How much?
It's 15. It's 15 pounds. 15 pounds in your inventory. All right. And now we're gonna go to Daniel, and you wanted to check on the android. Roll me an engineering check.
22.
You're able to kind of like, I'm just gonna say you're gonna fix him up. You want to like burn a spell slot to heal him up
I
for a
don't
bit.
have any spell
with mending.
slots because we haven't had a short
You're
rest in forever or long
You're
rest in
going
forever.
to need to actually fix him.
All right, then I would pick. Can I pick him up and run him downstairs?
You want to leave this situation over here
Yes.
just as it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Rick's over here, right?
yeah,
So
he's over.
as I run, that's Rick, right? Oh yeah.
No,
okay,
this
that's
is
Rick.
this is Rick.
As I run by him and be like, "Sorry, Rick, can you handle this, or have them do it?"
What do you mean handle this? Oh fuck! No, get back here! Oh, for fuck's sake! Hello, giant creatures. Please don't kill the guy who's surrendering. I can't talk to you. He frees Stevens, who immediately punches Rick. You hear this as you're running down Daniel and says, "See what happens when you leave your post?" Rick
That's
wheels
what
on him.
I said! I yell whenever as I'm running down.
Rick, I want to point this out. Like Drem and fucking Brody would see this. Like Rick turns to Steven. You get the feeling Rick wants to say something but chooses not to. Kind of like all right, I'm not gonna go for the easy fruit here. I'm gonna not do anything. Rick is going to go over to the marksman gentleman.
Did he take the handcuffs from
Steven was tied, so I mean he has the rope, sure.
Cool.
Actually, no, he wouldn't have been smart enough. He just cut it. He just cut it with a knife. So he orders him to get off the fucking wing, which he does. He throws his rifle, which he does, and just kind of holds him there until Daniel gets back.
Okay.
So Brody and Drem, Daniel's gone. Did you want to search any more bodies, or?
I think I literally I'm just laying in this pool hoping it fucking heals me up for now.
Very well.
Just
I guess
I'm literally bleeding out in this pool at the moment.
Surprisingly, I'm still alive, so I guess I go search up a big chunk. See if he's carrying anything useful.
Damn it. Why do I have to be a dad? I want to loot too.
They only get one opportunity to loot without you. Don't worry. I'm not that cool.
No, it's fine. You can have him do it all.
So
When has Daniel ever been materialistic?
Literally since he started.
And plus, I have stuff to give you anyways. I got 2 shotguns. I'm gonna have one to give you for do whatever you want with, pretty much.
You search Big Chungo. You would have found his hammer, but due to his fight with Daniel, it's fucking broken.
It saved my life.
Yeah, it did.
Very literally.
Very literally. His heavy armor is a smoking ruin. There's nothing to salvage from there. In fact, the only thing to salvage is his credits, so roll me a D100. You're not going to be helped by a modifier much. You get 34 credits. Yeah, there's nothing really of value on him. Like, just this heavy armor that's, really just a heap. Like, it's not... You can get some scrap off of it, but it's not worth anything.
We're getting a lot of things
trying
to with scrap. We really should set up the scrap refinery thing idea. Just saying.
That's a thing.
We should what?
Get a scrap refinery or something like that. Like, just a big thing to melt it down. And
Yeah, no, we can call our guy.
There is a guy you can call for that. I think you still have his number, right?
Yeah, and we owe him.
You do owe him a favor. Yeah, you do owe him a favor.
Yeah, well,
Which, don't worry. I recall this.
I mean, we might be able to just cash in on it and get rid of it, pay all debts.
I'm sorry, Matt. He has nothing else. I just checked his sheet to make sure that I'm not crazy, but all he had was the hammer, and Daniel broke it.
No. Okay.
Sorry,
so,
Brody.
I don't think Brody would have wanted the hammer.
But isn't he a warrior?
Well, yeah, but he's an intelligence-based warrior, like, unless
Oh.
I'm mistaken. Like, he doesn't have strength.
Yeah, I'm intelligence based.
Oh.
If anything, like there are
So like
certain
a half
things
and
that
half, like a paladin.
Yeah, kinda. The psychic fighter uses intelligence as their modifier for their stuff.
Weird.
we're gonna come back to not Daniel, but Flint. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Um, so the last thing that you remember, Flint, to remind you, and also to give more specific details, it was you had fallen into that dark, strange place from behind the portal. You saw a ruined, poisoned sky that was strangely purple and red that seemed to like fight with one another for the dominant color of the skyline. In a ruined courtyard that was open to the air rather than being far underground. And you had seen just a detail I don't think I specified, but I meant to, was you actually saw multiple corpses of the old Republic soldiers like scattered about where you entered, and also like some remnant machinery that they had apparently brought in. After that, the presence came upon you, and you were actually pulled out by Siegfried. Before it was far too late, but the damage was done. Your body was pretty much fucked from the exposure that you received during the fight with the custodian, and with just you accumulated many trophies, right? Like over the course of your career, as you so eloquently put last time.
Drem.
Graham,
Turn the music off.
we don't need to hear the hip hop.
Sorry.
I don't know what the fuck you were watching, but
No.
anyway, so that was the last thing that Flint remembered, was that. After that, kind of passed out. He kind of woke up momentarily to see that armored priest, like stooping over him and raising a hand over him, and then it was nothing. And the next thing that like dominated Flint's consciousness was the sensation of being buried. I'm going to assume that you've been to a beach before, like in real life.
Yes.
Never.
Imagine the texture of sand, but like there's things in the sand. Like not critters, not seaweed, not water, but things. Like items, objects. You are buried in the sand. But these things kind of flow over you. And you every now and then you can identify what they are. At one point, it's some sort of hilt of some sort of weapon. You just know that instinctively. On another, it seems like the grip of a rifle. Another time, it's some large polearm. These things wash over you, these forgotten relics of a bygone era. And just these faint flashes of distant vistas just come before your very eyes while you're stuck in this position. You don't know how long you're in those sands, but what you do know is you get this sensation of, I would say, healing. You find yourself becoming more and you find yourself becoming more and more well. Like there was that weird, like red, like anxiety that was within you, and that seems to fade away. There was that cold that you felt earlier when those undead aliens attacked you, and that slowly ebbs away. And then there was that whatever fetid influence that blue crap had all over you, just seems to fade away. It just leaves you as you lie in this sand, until eventually you feel yourself being prized out of it. You feel gauntleted hands grasp your body and lift you out of it. What lifts you out of it is a familiar figure. It is that rusted knight that dragged Egna and threw her over the edge last time. The rusted Templar, as I called him last time. You can't move. You're just so weak and weary. But you're just in there in his arms, and he just kind of looks down at you. He doesn't regard you in any way, not negatively or positively. He just looks. He then turns, while still carrying you, and walks. You find yourself being spirited away towards the towards Hextor's palace, after which doors are opened and you are ushered in. Your mind swims once more fading into a blissful oblivion before you find yourself awake, just in with your back against one of the walls, one of the columns in the grand room where Hextor had all of those objects. You find yourself awake. You look and you see that you have both your arms. You feel great as you've been in a long time. And you get yourself up. What do? You're in Hextor's hall of trophies at the moment.
Is this the room where I selected the gun?
This is the room you selected the gun, yes.
Okay. Are the pillars still there?
They are, but they're roll perception, if you'd be so kind, actually. Welcome back to D&D, your first roll back, I suppose. At least it wasn't a 1.
That's a good omen.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not a bad one, right? Just for clarification's sake, all of your debuffs have been removed, including your one-armedness. So that -1, whatever the fuck that is, you're good.
I just spent so much time figuring out how to do that!
No, I had this set up already. It was the other thing that you told me. That was helpful. Okay, so...
Even outside of the meta, I'm still making Maz's life miserable. This is great.
Dude,
just trying to be helpful.
It's only a matter of time.
Quick for
what?
Alec. Is anyone else hearing Alec Lord of Salty really robotic for anyone else, or is it just me suffering again?
Well, I don't know. Is it? Do I sound robotic as fuck?
Sometimes you kind of cut out a little bit. It's almost like the mic's a little bit too far away from your mouth.
Yeah, also really quiet.
I turned the sensitivity down because I didn't want to get my wife's video. She's watching YouTube next to me, so I didn't want to get it. I'll turn it down though, so I won't cut out as much, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Really happens with me.
Yeah, maybe turn down your sensitivity thingy.
Let's see. How do I do? Oh yeah.
Discord settings, just turn it all the way to the left, so it picks up everything. Maybe that'll help you. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you might want to turn Drim up, Brody, if it's possible. If he does sound quiet, because
I was saying Flint sounds quiet to me.
Flint, I don't think Flint's at his normal place. I think he's I don't think he has his headset or something because he sounds different.
Yeah, I'm
That's
using
because
that
he's gonna get married. He's
I don't well, where?
Does it sound okay? Cause I can use my headset if it doesn't sound good.
I can hear you. Yeah.
I can hear you.
I'm turning you up a little bit.
It sounds better with the headset, but that's beside the point.
It's not your normal silky smooth voice.
I know, right? Yeah, it's not the same.
Okay, alright, I'll get a headset. Give me a sec.
Just bullied him.
Yeah, well, peer pressure is a hell of a drug, kids. It is a thing though. Yeah. He's doing that. I want to point out that Daniel, as you run, I assume you take a look, but you're too busy focused on fixing Dandroid.
I think I'm staring at Dandroid. I'm not even looking where I'm going. It's just instinctual running, while I'm fixing.
Just for flavor, I'm gonna say that Daniel sees this but doesn't care.
Oh,
you ran
so I'm
by
an
the
asshole.
But no, I mean you're too focused. You saw it, but you're too one-track mind. Where Flint is a pile of sand.
Oh, okay. I thought you were yeah, Flint's right there, just saying hi. And you just run right by him. Okay.
It's a pile of sand, and you just assume okay, Hextor stuff. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You good, bud?
Check.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Silky smooth. Right back at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I roll perception. What do I see?
What you hear is the main thing.
Okay.
You hear arguing. It sounds like 4 voices duking it out. One's female, one sounds strangely reptilian, one is Hextor's voice, and one sounds, for lack of a better word, slightly Scottish. And they're arguing. You can hear it reverberating throughout the chorus. You can't quite hear what they're saying because of the acoustics of and how the voices get thrown about, but they're raised voices. and you hear them coming from one of the nearby rooms. No, it is not Edna, for fuck's sake.
She is his eternal plaything, isn't she?
Plaything, more like an example of what happens when you fail
Chew toy.
or give up. More
So-
like warning post that he adorns his walls with sometimes.
So are the pillars still there where the weapons were?
Yeah. You see various works. You see the pot, the first pot that seems to be there as well, along with various other things, other implementations, from spears to swords to hammers to shields to other firearms. There appears to be a new addition, though, curiously enough. One that you don't remember seeing, but it is it appears to be some form of a. It looks like a spatula, a literal spatula, and it is as it's embedded in the plinth, it's embedded in what appears to be a helmet.
Do I think that has anything to do with the
Yes.
chef from
Yes.
Faerun that cooks the damn good pie?
Yep. You think it has everything to do with that? Much to the charge end of probably everybody in the longhouse, but that's beside the point. They do these voices, and you can see another door like that might lead ahead. You want to investigate the voices? Or you want to just like hang around here?
Can I take a look at the pot and roll insight as to what I think I would have gotten if I chose the pot?
Oh, yeah, sure, by all means.
High. You would have gotten high if you chose pot.
Give yourself an higher point. Anyway, that was
Worth it.
I knew someone who's gonna crack it, but I'm like, well, they get their reward. I kn- it is worth
Worth.
it, but, worth 20 23. All right, so Hexstar you wouldn't have gotten a physical reward. In fact, you actually just would have gotten a feat. Because this is like one of the first examples of mortal kinds, like, aspiring brilliance. You would have actually gotten a feat that all it really did was going to raise all of your stats by 1. And it was going to do like one other thing, but like that's a meta knowledge. But you got what Flint actually understands is perhaps he picks that. He might have had a greater understanding of the potential that lies within everybody, and a further drive to unlock that potential. Nothing physical is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I wonder if that understanding would have shot a missile out of the sky.
No, it would not have. Missile do not care about your feelings or your philosophical inquiries.
All right, I'm gonna move ahead and check out the follow the voices.
They open a door, and it doesn't open to a stairs or a room. It opens to a cavernous space. The walls themselves do not appear to be made of stone, but of the strange, wavy gray material that seems to shimmer and darken seemingly at random. There is a path leading up, and then there's a bit of an incline to it. And you hear the voices up ahead, but instead of just hearing them, you see 4 lights up ahead. One of them appears to be slightly amberish in hue, like a warm yellow glow. Another appears to be this bright blue and cold light that seems to be reminiscent of snows and winter. Another appears to be muted, but yet familiar as perhaps the light that seems to permeate Hextor's realm. And then another appears to be not really light per se, but this sort of like a candle glow. Pick one. Twix. Sorry, my wife was giving me candy. But you see,
Damn
you
it,
see
Katie,
those
not
lights
yet.
up ahead. You see those lights up ahead, and the path leads towards them.
Okay, and that's where the voices are coming from. the
Yes.
lights? Okay.
You now get to the standing that it's not just raised voices. You're hearing accusations. Like you're hearing an accusatory tones, and you're hearing like a single calm voice replying to each in kind. But it appears to be a scenario of 3v1, as it were. Because there's three heightened voices pointing fingers, as it were, and one that seems to be responding. But again, you can't quite make out the words.
Okay, which light is the one?
All four of them are going at the same place. So.
Oh no, but you said
Which lies the one? The familiar one, the one that you believe is the one that dawns the skies over Hextor's realm.
Okay. Flint would try to be sneaky and try to get close enough to hear before they notice him.
Stealth versus the gods themselves, by all means. If you crit, I swear to God. It almost happened.
They're gods, but they're distracted, right?
They are, no, they are. I mean, he passes. I'm not saying he fails. I'm just pointing out, like, surely by now I think Flint realized what they were. So you creep up the ramp, and you notice there's this path you're on has multiple, like, arterial passages that converge onto this path. You're not lost. You can find your way back easily, but like you see that there are multiple ways of getting to where you're going, and they all seem to lead towards where you're heading. And you kind of crest the top, and you are filled with quite a sight. There is a large stone arena, of which is divided into 4 sections. One section appears familiar to you. It is a selection of rusted relic armor of sands that spill out of the seats, and it appears to be very much like a slice of Hextor's realm. Another appear to be these tall silver towers that seems to be radiating this blue pale light, and it's decorated with these symbols of snarling dragons. Another appears to be it looks like a dwarven forge, grandiose, with the stoic faces of long-lost ancestors adorning each walls and ornament. And then another appears to be a grove of some kind. I say some kind because it's also not a grove. If for words to describe it, it's kind of imagine like if you mixed somehow a pub and a garden. That's probably what you'd be seeing. There's kegs of ale, there's gambling tables, there appears to be like chairs for a bar.
So brunch.
But it's overrun by what?
So brunch.
Sure.
It's
Anyway,
brunch.
Dude, you're just describing my wedding venue.
you know what? Yeah, I'm describing your wedding venue. And then now those scenarios, those environments, I say, pale in comparison to the 4 beings above each of these shards. In one corner, you have Hextor in his true form, his mighty armored form with a long scarlet cape that seems to, with several splotches of ancient battlefields, his armor and weapons at his side of various eras and years gone by. His helmet, the only thing through it which you can see is 2 gleaming silvered eyes that seems to gaze upon his 3 counterparts with a mixture of amusement and sheer and utter contempt. On the other side, you see a great silver dragon that is currently snarling at Hextor. The dragon itself is fucking monumental in size. It darkens the strange sky that is also not the sky behind him with his massive wings. Only his head is fitting into the arena. Then there is So, okay, I'm gonna assume we've all seen fucking Infinity War, right? Remember the proportions of the dwarves in Infinity War? How they were still the proportions of them were small, but they were huge.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you're seeing, but in full bedecked dwarven armor, sitting atop a throne, is a dwarf with a very long gray beard and a crown of what appears to be stars. The dwarf isn't really joining in on the tirade too much. He looks kind of bored, quite frankly. Every now and then he says a quip, but that's about it. And then there's above the pub. What you see is a beautiful woman. She has a long, flowing green gown that seems to sort of blend in with the grass around her. However, you cannot see her face. On the one side of her face, it kind of looks like a drama mask, where one side of the face is smiling, the other side of the face is frowning. She has these. Her gown is adorned with various coins, dice, and other trinkets of what you'd imagine luck or gambling. And these three beings are all pointing fingers at Hextor, and you now realize what they're talking about. As you come in, the dragon speaks again, and you catch this. You should have never interfered in matters that were not your own, Hextor. We had an agreement, us four, unless you forgot. None of us were to interfere in the realms of other gods. You broke that agreement. That's all there is to this. Hextor replies calmly, and again, like I said, half amused, half annoyed. I did not break in anywhere. I walked up to the gate, and they let me in. Because I asked to go in. I did not trespass anywhere, and my cause was more than just Bahamut. I thought a god of justice such as yourself would perhaps understand that. Or perhaps understanding went out of the way along with your comprehension of compromise. Timora then cuts in, saying, Timora is about to cut in, and Hextor, silences her, saying, if you utter another word, Timora, I swear by all the sands of my domain, I will cause a sandstorm to ravage your mortal lands for 4 years. I've had it about up to here between all of you. Because, let's face it, it's not up to any of us. If any of us is the grievance party, it'd be Pelor. It's his realm I trespassed on, right? But he's not here. Because he's still moping about by his tree. I wanted to save the mortal. So did my child Flint. This is not a matter of grand treason or trespass. This was a matter of a deserving mortal deserving a second chance. One that his own master gave him by his own will. I did not bring back Rick. That was his master. I simply brought his friends to him. The dwarf speaks up and says, I don't know why we're even arguing about this. We all know who's going to make this decision. Flint, roll me a perception check. Okay. You don't see him coming. You don't hear him coming either. So, you hear a voice behind you, Flint, after some time. It's a very commanding voice. It's strangely hollow, yet filled with a sort of, not arrogance, but like I said, authority. And you hear, but it's also very polite. Behind you, you hear, pardon me, young man, you're blocking my way. You turn to see what's behind you.
Yeah. Can I roll something to not go, oh fuck, shit, make a sound?
You're gonna have to roll a wisdom saving throw. I think the DC is 20 at this point. You have no shit. So, you turn, and there before you, he doesn't need an introduction because everybody from Faerun knows who he is. Behind you, towering above you, is a avatar of battle and warfare. A gray armored giant with massive claws bedecking his hands, with a massive frame that, like I said, towers over mere mortals. In his left hand, he carries a massive spear that crackles with a red lightning that seems to go down the haft and center around the blade. The being has a cape, the cape bearing the symbol of the Republic. The cape is tattered and shredded, yet still very prominent. Upon his chest, another symbol of the Republic, overshadowed by 4 gleaming symbols of the Greater Four, of Bahamut, Hextor, Timora, and Moradin. You know who this is, because this is somebody everybody in Faerun would call Master. Behind you is none other than High Marshal Warden, the tyrant and savior of the Republic. and he is asking you to step aside because you are in his way.
Flynn gathers himself after being startled and just nods and moves aside.
He kind of takes a few steps, and then he stops, tilting his massive head towards you. His whole body is covered in armor, and so there's no flesh to see, if there's even any flesh to begin with. And he turns to you and says, "I don't believe you were invited to this meeting, were you, young man?"
No, I just kind of woke up here.
Quite. He then looks at you closely and says, "Wait a minute. I know you. Ah, you're Flint, aren't you?"
Yes.
I believe Daniel mentioned you a few times. Something about technical difficulties, I believe it was. But that is neither here nor there. Do you have any idea what they're arguing about since you've been here eavesdropping?
No, I can't really understand what's going on.
Quite. Was Flint trying to lie just now? Because Flint
yeah.
does. Okay, in that case, Warden turns his head. He tilts his head slightly and just stares you down. There's nothing happening. He just stares at you.
Flint tries to just hold eye contact. And just,
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
and then he's gonna eventually break it.
Is the DC above or below 35?
I will keep that to myself. Please roll.
Oh.
So,
It's protecting his dad. He doesn't know.
you fail, obviously. In fact, technically, you're terrified, actually. So yeah, he just kind of looms over you. And what do you say now that the jig is up, as it were?
It's you're probably gonna figure it out. It's not that difficult.
Of that, I'm keenly aware. I wanted to hear it from you, considering you have a very interesting role in this, as far as I can tell.
Flint's looking down at his feet now. They're
You hear
mad.
you look down your feet and you hear a chuckle from Warden.
Yeah, they're
Listen,
mad.
Listen, son. You're not in trouble. Nothing bad's going to happen to you or involving the situation. I just wanted to hear it from you, considering you were there.
Okay. And Flint's gonna try to stay quiet still.
Of course. The gods still bickering, by the way. They haven't not noticed either of you two.
There is a disagreement over certain events that have gone down recently. We snuck into Pelor's kingdom to save one of my friends. And
You didn't drag him unwillingly, did you? This was Rick's choice.
Flynn kind of is surprised that he knows Rick's name. And he made his decision.
It makes things easier than I thought they'd be. I had every cleric from the high peaks of the high peaks of Balmora, from the streets of Eldritch, all of them having visions of these four arguing like children. So I got from the details they showed me of what you just told me, but it's good to know that they weren't all lying or mistaken. I suggest you leave, unless you want to watch me discipline your dad.
I'm intrigued.
Warden chuckles. He steps forward, and as he does so, the gods quiet, and Warden steps at the center of these four realms, which you now notice is a circle, It is completely untouched by either of their influences, and Warden steps into it. At the center of the circle, the symbol of the Republic shines through on the bottom. The symbol, of course, being, for those of you that forget or perhaps didn't even know, it is a scale, which is balancing what appears to be the head of a unicorn and a sword. The sword is, of course, weighing down, which means it's weighed more. And then it's all in the middle of a cogwheel. Warden turns to the four.
How gory is the head of the unicorn? Just curious.
Not gory. It's like just a symbol of its head. It's not like a severed head dripping blood.
I'm wondering if how visceral this gets.
Nah. That'd be kind of dark. That's kind of dark. I like that, but no. Nah,
Does the unicorn represent purity in this case? Purity is lighter than war?
Roll history.
Okay, history.
There's a reason. Okay, so you know the exact reason. So the Republic was founded by Warden, who is not from Faerun. Whatever world he came from, apparently he was kind of shocked about the copious amounts of different fauna. And supposedly, coming from a world that, from Warden's own words, was a world full of industry and gears and grinding of wheels, he strode out into the forest one day when he came upon this world, and he saw, bouncing through this idyllic forest, a honest-to-fuck unicorn. And in the symbol, it's supposed to represent like a symbol of the specialness that is Faerun, kind of like this is special type of shit. The sword, of course, is representing in the symbol basically militarism, the idea that you always be vigilant and ready and strong, and it's weighed more because the needs of those sort of needs outweigh any sort of specialness. It's not nice, but it's what it'd be. To get back to it, Warden turns to these four gods. All four of them begin talking in unison about the current situation. Warden doesn't say anything. He just lets them talk until eventually all of them quiet. All of them a different version of the story. Bahamut's version of the story is that the evil, law-breaking Hextor broke the laws of the Covenant to therefore be punished. Moradin says our traditional agreement was infringed upon, and perhaps some measures should be taken. Tymora, it sounds personal. It's like she just keeps calling, basically she keeps calling Hextor a word in Celestial that you don't understand, but you think it's some sort of curse word. Hextor in turn calls Tymera some sort of curse word, and of course defends his actions by basically saying what he already said, saying, I believe that Rick deserved a second chance, and nuts to Pelor for not saving him himself.
Can I try to quietly repeat the Celestial swear? To myself, because
so you do this, and Hextor finishes what he's saying, right? And Hextor turns and sees you. Because you said the word, and the other guys didn't notice it because they weren't near. You're nearer to Hextor in the scheme of things. So Hextor turns and hears the word, and he's like, "Who the fuck?" who just called me who just called me a cunt in Celestial? What the fuck? And he looks down and sees Flint.
The 2-year-old that says shit when he drops his chicken nugget in the car.
No, it's like imagine a heated debate between four four people in the room, and then the kid shows up and says it just says bitch, and just randomly, and only one of them hears it. That's essentially what happens. Hextor turns for real. Hextor turns to you, Celestial word for cunt. Make sure you write hi Celestial word for cunt.
Drop this on Rick one day and just shatter his world.
Oh god, it's so sad. He turns to you, and there's a moment of sheer, God damn it, Flint, you were supposed to stay in the and then it passes, and then Hextor just chuckles and shakes his head, of course you couldn't help yourself, of course you're here type of shit. Hextor looks like he's enjoying himself far more. now that you're here, because I got somebody to talk to about this. But the four give their sides of the stories, and Warden stops and listens to all of them, and Warden speaks after they're done. You four and I made a covenant all those years ago atop that wretched mountain over in the Forgotten Realm. Each of you decreed that I am to be your champion and arbiter of the mortal realm. You have assisted me in ruling over the Republic these many long years, and our times have been prosperous. We do not need this division in our ranks for something, quite frankly, inconsequential. Hextor is right. The injured party, if he was truly injured, should be present to give his grievance. He is not. Neither are his servants, neither anybody in Elysium. Mordecai, the Archmage, already took a trip there and asked around. Nobody was aggrieved by the intrepid adventurers walking through. In fact, I hear that many of the Pelorian priests are receiving visions of their adventures. In fact, I'm to be told that a new book is to be added to the Sun's Chant, another metaphor and parable for Pelor's masses, for all of them to enjoy.
Are we famous?
We'll get to that. Being famous in Pelorian light is not as what you think it is. But he turns around and says, however, Hextor, I must ask that you cease and desist all confrontations with any other gods, because we cannot afford such division again at this juncture. The minor gods and the major gods that are not a part of this covenant explicitly still represent a force that could destabilize what we have, and we do not need that. The people have enjoyed peace these past 25 years on Faerun, and they deserve another 1,000 without these interruptions. Have I made myself clear? The four other gods don't say anything, but they kind of grumble in agreement, and says, very well. All of you return to your realms and cool off. Rest assured this will not happen again, correct, Hextor? Hextor nods and says, by your will, High Marshal. The gods, the Bahamut, Timor, and Moradin leave their plinths, and as they leave, their domains go with them. Thus, the arena looks like an empty stone arena, and where only one side is occupied by the sands of Hextor. And then, of course, Warden standing at the center of it. Warden looks over to Flint, and he sort of like nods to you, and then he disappears in a flash of red as his cape kind of like wraps around him and then disappears with him. It is just you and Hextor in the arena, Flint. And you hear the tap of his gauntlet on the stone as he's just looking down at you.
So, are we grounded?
No, Flint, you are not grounded. If anything, I am, it would appear. You have done nothing wrong. I was the one who guided you to their gates. It is therefore my responsibility. But, to truth be told, if I had to do it again, I would. He
You look
gets
pretty
up.
cool as a bird, I'm not gonna lie.
I had to be a bird if I came. Could you imagine the absolute panic that would occur if I strode up to Heaven's Gate in my full form? That would have caused another war. That would have been unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
One I would have most likely lost, for that matter. No, never, and I mean ever, has any one minor or major god besiege heaven itself. These things simply don't happen. No. I would never do such a thing. I tried making it as low impact as possible, but it appears we caused quite the stir.
Yeah,
No matter.
My group seems to have that effect on places.
He chuckles. You seem to have before your return to me, you seem to have acquired certain trophies of your exploits, I've noticed.
Yeah, you call them trophies. I call them headaches.
Well, all wounds are trophies in their own right. Um, he leans down and kind of scoops you up so that you're in his gauntleted hand, and billowing sands erupt outward and sort of kind of wrap around you and Hextor. As your vision gets filled with the sand, the next moment you're back in Hextor's realm. More like Arme, am I right? You are now back in Hextor's realm, in not in his palace, but out and about in the fields. You see, like I said, like the hordes upon hordes of soldiers fighting each other, of various skilled artisans competing against one another, trying to improve their works. And Hextor sets you down, and he says, "However, like before, that boon is going to cost you." And he kind of taps your arm, and you notice for the first time that all along your arm, just like how your eyes were, you see these glowing symbols of Hextor all along your restored arm.
Mm. It's like tattoos. It looks like.
Sort of, but they kind of glow, and it doesn't matter what you're wearing, and they shine through.
It's gonna make it a lot harder to sneak around.
I assure you, there will be no assassin nor creature that will see those. At least those will not be the ones to cause you to fail your sneaking. I assure you, any failures will be your own and your own efforts, as
I
it
was
should
looking
be.
for I've been looking for a new excuse. That's a shame.
Yes, it appears the High Marshal knows all about your technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I wonder
No one
how-
actually laughs at that.
He says, "I wonder how, though."
Yeah.
Regardless, I've given up trying to figure out how the High Marshal knows the things he does. But, nevertheless, you are due back in Faerun. I mean, sorry, Aether. You didn't say Faerun. You're going back to Faerun, Flint! Fuck the
Yeah.
Aether campaign, you're going back to Faerun!
Solo
I'm
campaign.
going home
Yeah!
to the place where I belong. And that's not next to Dan.
Oh my god! Give yourself a fucking mini inspiration point.
Before we go, I do want to ask, what happened to Edna?
Edna is with the rest of the unproven. The unproven pit themselves against each other for a chance back at a chance at the seat of the table, as it were. It is rather unpleasant, and only those that have found themselves in my service and have failed me so utterly end up there. You know why I threw Edna across that cliff?
I can come up with a few answers to that, but
It wasn't because of how she was or what she did. It was because she gave up on trying to better herself. That is something I cannot allow. All of you, and I mean all of you, have a very, very immense potential. And it is your duty to bring it out each and every day, whenever possible. She gave up, along with many other unproven. And so they are thrown into limbo, where they can choose to better themselves and lift themselves out of that sanded pit, or not. It's their choice. And throughout the years, many of them have crawled from the pit and have joined me at my table. But I suspect we will not see Edna for quite a few millennia.
yeah, this is so meta.
But it also isn't. Is the best part, because he's also not wrong.
Mhm.
He looks to you and says, "Now awaken, Flint, and do me a favor. Try not to lose this arm." And as the sands take over you, It's kind of like a scenario where it's like, hey, boss, you're supposed to send me back because you're still in a pile of sand. Like, you're still in the sand. And you're just like, okay, what do I do? Would you like to try and move around?
Yeah, I will.
So you excavate yourself, and there's just a big-ass pile of sand in the old barracks room inside the avian ruins of your base. And you just, like, wake up, and, like, you're whole again, and you're, like, looking around, and it's just you're just in a pile of sand that's just on your bunk.
Oh man, I hate sand. It's gonna take forever to get this out of these sheets.
Of course, it's everywhere. We're gonna cut right back to Daniel. Daniel, you rush over to the tinkering bench. A broken Dandroid in your arms, and you're rushing over to try and fix him. Correct? I can't hear you if you're talking, Daniel.
Yeah. Did that 22 do anything? That I rolled?
You did roll earlier, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, you rush over to him. It costs you a charge in your repair pack, but
Okay.
you're able to like get him back up and running. As you do, you hear like the last thing Dandroid was saying, which was, "Don't worry, boss, I'll get it." But like the next half of it, and then Dandroid looks up. "Hi, boss. Something bad happened to me, didn't it?
How are you feeling?
I feel like somebody blew me up."
That sounds very accurate. I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Like it?
You don't like it?
No, I don't. I don't like any of it. In fact, and you notice like the voice trails off, and then Dandroid shuts down momentarily, and then reboots. Dandroid looks up at you and goes, "Hi, boss. Are we back at the base?"
Yeah, Dandroid, we just got home.
Oh, that's good. He floats back up and says, "I'm glad we returned with no incident upon our arrival."
We
You
had a
seemed to be
little
worried
bit
about
of an
that.
incident.
There was?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have kept... Did you keep it turned off for it? I'm sorry, I couldn't have been of more help.
It's okay. I also started up a project. In the corner, and like Dan's like trying to like hold back a tear right now as he just kind of realized what he did.
This also happened before. I want to.
Yeah, well, but before, like, he didn't.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
Now you
didn't
put two and
watch
two
it
together.
happen. Yeah. I was wondering if you could help me fix it sometime, or finish it.
Of course, boss. I'm always gonna be your assistant. What can I do for you? And he goes over to wherever you're gonna gesture him to.
Well, no, I was saying I started up a project in the back corner, like his project.
Oh, my project, you mean?
Well, but he doesn't remember that, right? His.
He does. He does actually remember the project. I remember that.
Oh. What's the last thing you do remember?
Oh, the canisters are being delivered, and we were walking out in the jungle.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Did something else happen?
No.
Roll deception. With advantage, mind you.
I'm not gonna. I was gonna give myself disadvantage on it,
Oh.
so I'll just even it out.
Yeah, just disadvantage. It's okay. So hold on. So you say this like, no, nothing happened, and Dandroid kind of looks at you, and there's just like this doubt in him, but he just accepts it because you're the boss. So he floats over to his project, and he kind of like dips under the covers, and like you see him like working on it underneath, like you hear the sound of gears being like being welded, of tools being shaped, of components being like rectified. And Daniel just watches, I assume, kind of horrified slightly.
Yeah. Basically.
Drem and Brody, back to you. Sorry about that lengthy thing. It was just Flint's. It's the Flint came back reward. I didn't think he would. So Drem and Brody, you are up top. You just searched. Drem just searched Big Chungo. Brody, you are just chilling in the water after a long and disastrous day battle.
I
What do you
think
two?
he's just blowing bubbles in the water. Like, this will heal him up somehow.
So it doesn't. The healing water is they help you if you're fighting disease and shit, and they can like give you back a hit dice if you spend a short rest like near them. But like they don't heal you per se.
Yeah.
But like they feel great. It feels fantastic. But like it doesn't heal you. In fact, I will rule after that. After the little splish splash, this little boy's having a bath. You gain 1 morale.
Yay.
After a long day, you just plop down. You're like, I needed this.
Yeah.
Drem, what are you
Plop
doing?
down on your surfboard in the water.
Nani's with me. I'm not riding her. She's just.
Well,
with
like just
me.
kind of like laying on her
Yeah,
in the water.
yeah.
I will more juices are Ford. And also, I guess I'll go help out with the sniper now.
Oh, did you mean this?
Yeah, that one. Turn down. Turn off. Turn off. All right, good.
Man, the production value's increased so much since I've been on.
I know, right?
You missed.
It's
You
great.
missed. You missed. I got
you missed-
Alexidro so hard on that.
Oh yeah, you did. You also missed crafter baiting. That you missed that one too.
Give me a
Yeah.
timestamp at the end.
I fucked.
No,
I fucked up
you
on
didn't
the
record
thing.
it.
Yeah,
You didn't fucking record. It was so golden.
it was a good
Crafter
one.
baiting. It's all gone now though. So yeah, you walk up to Rick, who's like, sticking up the marksman, and Rick like turns around, like he's still like eyeing him. Stevens is like playing with Loki, who came out of the tree line to bark and harass him. It's like Rick kind of turns to you and says, "Oh, what's up?"
Hey, yeah.
So the marksman speaks. I was like, "So what happened? Shut the fuck up!" Like Rick says that, and like aims the rifle. Like no words, nothing. Shut up.
I'm gonna go to so who were these?
Early bandits, right? Some shit like that.
I mean, bandits, yeah, but seem to know
I'd be
Stevens pretty well.
happy to tell you if Rick. You hear Rick just turn the safety off of the rifle.
I'm gonna go. Look, Rick. I would like to know what happened here,
He shot me in the face
and I will let you shoot him
3 times.
We can give him a helmet. You can fire multiple times.
If it's any consolation, I felt bad doing it. I totally regret shooting you in the face. No, you fucking don't. The marksman, he doesn't reply to that. He just kind of shrugs a little. Come on, guys. I'm sure we can reach some sort of understanding here. You see, I got left behind by my asshole leader.
It was
Meaning
probably
you and-
shreds at the moment by whatever thing he just used.
No, he's probably back home. Totally fine, actually. That was a raid beacon. He's most likely back.
Great. Where is home for you guys, anyways? Then
I have a better line of questioning. How much money is it going to take for you to let me go?
hey,
I got
Rick,
friends. I have a bank account. I can work something up. We can talk about this. Literally anything that doesn't involve those, he points back him, or turning me into the hub, and I'll be absolutely happy with everything.
I'm gonna turn to Rick and just say, moving or standing still.
Oh, when he shot me in the face? Both.
No, I mean, what would you have, a moving target or a standing still target?
Oh, standing still, obviously. I'm not as good as a marksman as this fucker.
I'm gonna turn back to the sniper. Okay. So either you tell us everything you know, or I let Rick have his way with you, and they can eat the leftovers. And I'm gonna point towards the.
Oh! Damn it! Beat me to it! Turn it off! God damn it! I was gonna. When you said like Rick's gonna have his way with you, like Rick lowers his weapon and just turns to you, and then the marksman like looks to both of you and goes, "I didn't know it was that kind of colony."
Look, I'm stepping away. He can do whatever he wants, and I have no judgment. No judgment. Do you see what we did with?
Rick turns to you, Drem, and goes, "I'm Pelorian."
No judgment.
What? No. Look, no. The only thing that I want to put in this fucker is literally the lead of my rifle into his skull. And that's it. Shut up, Daniel! It says like down the fucking area as it just blares from the base every now and then.
Okay, before this gets any worse, are you gonna start talking and telling us everything you know?
Okay, listen. Counterpoint. Can't tell you.
Can I walk up about this point?
Yes. You
And can I I kind of like motion to Drim to keep him talking, and I'm gonna cast detect thoughts for
Okay.
for this. Hone in on him and
So, I'm gonna-
get a sense of what he's doing. Or
Okay,
what,
so-
you know.
I get you. So first things first. He goes, "Listen, I've got friends. They can pay for you ransoming me. All you have to do is let me go once you get the funds. That's it. Literally anything that doesn't involve apparently your friend there and apparently me and these bugs behind me and the hub. Let me go, and you'll get lots of credits. I'm sure my pals can scrounge out enough credits to sway you. Just how much? Just give me a price tag, and that'll show up. Now, what he's thinking, Brody, is oh fuck. They give me to the hub. The Death's Hand kills me. If I don't give them anything here, these fuckers kill me. And if I talk, oh fuck no, that's gonna be worse if I talk. Oh boy. This is fucked. Those guys owe me a couple. I'm sure they can get some credits together for this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go well. Just gotta keep them talking and hope for the best. Come on, they seem like nice folk.
I'm gonna
And then so
whisper to Drim to ask him about the where their base is at or where they're located.
And I go, look, are you gonna tell us where you came from or where he went? And I'm gonna point back towards the boss teleported from.
the guy stops and one second. I'm gonna roll. Never mind. He says, like I said, man, I can't say that. I'll get in big trouble. His thoughts go, I will literally get fucked by a demon if I tell them what the fuck's going on. This is bad. I cannot tell them where fucking Haven is. This is no. People end up on the altar for that shit.
After he says that in his head, I tell him, ask him something. I was like, so I'll just say it. Have you ever heard of a place called Haven?
No, I'm not from there. I'm not remotely associated with any place called Haven. How the fuck did he know about Haven? The fuck? How does he? Wait a fucking minute. 1 second. Let me roll this check.
Hold on. So, okay.
Roll deception, if you'd be so kind.
Okay.
Or performance. I'll take either or, honestly.
That's so easy. Sorry. Give me just a second. I'm looking. Deception.
Oh my fucking god. No, he couldn't be. He couldn't be reading my mind. Nobody reads minds anymore. Yeah, no, fuck that. Look at him. He looks like a hobo that just woke up from his skooma addiction.
Yeah,
He's totally not reading my mind.
Going to my surfboard for sure.
Why the fuck does he have a surfboard? We're in the middle of a jungle. What a weirdo.
I'm gonna be like, I heard it. The last I heard, it was northwest somewhere. I think around the hub.
Oh, thank God, he doesn't know where the fuck it is. Like, he says that in his mind.
Yeah.
Like I said, friend, no idea what you're talking about. This Haven place sounds lovely. It's not even in the fucking jungle, like he says in his mind.
I'm just gonna like. No, it wasn't. It wasn't in the jungle. I guess Salty. I'm not familiar with like a bunch of landmarks around here. What?
One second. Let me
Yeah.
just pop you to the world map here real quick. There is Talon Woods, which is where you guys are at. There's the Fender Cliffs, Torvin Plains, the Aegon Wastes, and Jakaran Reach.
Whatever we do, we're not going to the Aegon Wastes.
Honestly, Talon Woods is its own slice. Every area is its own slice of hell. I want to point that out. None of them are safe.
But I'm not going back to the desert.
I'm not going back to the desert. Why not? You didn't enjoy the Sand Shriekers and the Beatles?
No, I did not. I did not live literally living Riddick.
Survival probably sucks there too.
Really? Well, it wasn't bad for him because Matt actually came prepared his first session. Like he bought a lot of water because he knew where he was going. I also was less stingy on the survival rules because it was Matt was my guinea pig at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the first one that ever played this game. Yeah. Funnily enough, well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So, yeah, no, there's Aegon Waste, which is a desert area. Fender Cliffs is this snowy, craggy, glacial canyons. Torvin Plains is basically this sea of plains. Like, imagine the Great Plains of the United States. It's just that, like stretching on forever.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that's right. I think I remember Dan saying something about it. Let me go get the boss man real fast. And I'm gonna Drim, you mind helping me out real fast?
Sure.
Okay, Brody, give yourself 2 mini inspiration points. That was very clever. That was good. I like that a lot.
I'm gonna. Hey Drim, so he said some shit about Haven, and a demon will eat his soul if he mentions anything. Whenever I was listening in on his thoughts, so
Great.
I'm trying to figure out where Haven is, but I don't know how to do it. So
Oh, hold the fuck up. So are you two did you two go away? Like, are you just, you're not discussing this in the middle? Okay, so move your tokens, please, if you are going to move.
I was trying to go down and discuss this with Dan as well to get his input.
So
When he started talking about the demon is going to like rip his soul out, I was like, this may be above my pay grade. Let me get some help here.
So I'm gonna go Demon and Haven. Have you ever heard of
One second. So you hear a loud scuffle behind you. You turn to see that the marksman has tackled Rick to the ground and currently has Rick in a headlock. The marksman, in his other hand, pulls out some sort of mechanical device. You two see that, the marksman has him as a headlock and he's holding some sort of small mechanical device in his hand. And he says, nobody fucking move! Nobody fucking move!
I'm gonna turn around and can we tell what the device is, or
It's definitely a grenade.
it's a grenade? I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna look. It's like really, you want to do this?
You have a fucking choice. I can't tell you anything. I will die. Worse than die. And I can't go back to the hub, or the Black Hand will torture me and then kill me. So, kind of don't have options. You didn't take the money, and you didn't look like you were enthused by the money. So, kind of have a choice here. The town crawlers get closer and closer. Tinker himself is getting closer.
Look,
I imagine Tinker is chittering very loudly.
Well, you can hear the talent crawlers getting aggravated for even below the base.
Oh, okay. Damn, it was run upstairs then. At this point.
At this point, Daniel, you run up the stairs and you see Flint up, awake, and dusting himself off.
Holy shit. You're awake. Thank God. Oh my God.
also-
Where the fuck? What the fuck have you been doing sleeping so long? I've been having to do. We can't talk. And he runs upstairs.
You also notice that he has an arm.
And he still runs.
Okay.
Bruh, just calm down. I know there's a lot going on. I think we
No,
just want
no,
some
you fucking
information
don't.
from
You elephant fucking hobo, you shut up. I am going to blow this man's fucking head off along with myself if you do not let me leave peacefully so I can just get out of here and maybe do something different with my life. But I am not going back to the hub, and I am not telling you anything about anything else.
Okay, I'm like slowly approaching as I'm
Not
like
another
saying that.
fucking step, or boy toy over here is gonna be a red mist across this fucking area,
Can
along
I-
the wing of your craft, if you care about that too.
Can I burn my last psychic PowerPoint to try and telekinetically grab sleight of hand the grenade out of his hand?
It will be a competed roll. I'm gonna rule. He has a really tight grip on it. Make a disadvantage, just intelligence check,
Okay.
just in general, or whatever. But with proficiency though. So like an intelligence save, if you would be so kind. And then he's gonna roll strength. He does not have a high strength score, so this should be easy for you. Unless he critically succeeds, which that's a thing.
Crit.
You should have rolled quicker. You would have
trying-
gotten that crit.
It would have been mine, and instead I'm gonna roll a 1.
Two.
A 2. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna rule. With your earlier crit deception, he doesn't know what just happened. Basically, he just thinks like something like trick in his shoulder made him so that it looked like he was kind of losing grip of his grenade. But he's so sure that Brody's no threat that he's certain that you didn't do it.
I guess I'm kind of like maybe whispering the hobo's not harmful at all into his mind. Like that's what I'm doing with the deception. It's like I'm in his head like the hobo's completely harmless. Why would you care about what he's doing?
yeah, you're doing that. Yeah, the hobo is harmless. Not another step, or he gets it. I'm gonna go to the tree line, and I'm gonna run away. And this fucker's coming with me until the edge of the woods, and you're all gonna stay here. I'm gonna let him go. Everything's gonna be hunky fucking dory. I want to point out, Rick, the entire time has just gone limp. Roll perception, if you be so kind.
Go limp.
Action.
No one else watched Psych.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Just go limp.
Oh, I'm still disadvantaged. Hold on.
Then I still what would it be? Yeah, Flint, you make it up here. Did you when you heard Daniel go like, "No time to talk, go now"? Did you follow him?
Yeah, but he wasn't like running. It was just
Yeah,
like,
I'm
kind of,
running. I'm running.
Yeah, so
he walked
at
after him.
like everybody's Drem, you notice that Rick is slowly drawing a knife.
Okay.
Can I come out of the stairs by now?
I'm still.
Yes.
Hey, I am still.
Hey guys, what's the matter?
I'm
You
still
see he's been being held up.
Fuck! Come on!
I'm still in this dude's head. Is he like mentioning anything in his panic? Anything else significant? Or is it all just
so
kind of,
he's saying like
plans?
he's saying like it's okay. It's gonna be okay, Jeff. You're gonna get out of here. It's gonna be fine. You just gotta go. I'm gonna roll something real quick. God damn it. They don't know this is a smoke bomb. They have no idea that this is a fucking smoke bomb. They're idiots, and you're gonna get away.
As soon as I hear that, I'm gonna be like, it's a smoke bomb. Get him, Rick. Don't kill him.
Give me the smoke bomb. Rick is going to stab the ever-loving fuck out of this man.
I yelled, don't kill him. I yelled
gonna-
it so loud.
Oh, no, I see that I was going to be charging him too. So if I can help.
Rick drives a knife through this man's fucking chin. And he starts gurgling, and like, Rick gets up and lifts this man clear off his feet. All of you see something. You see these glowing golden lights, like around Rick's forearms. And you just hear this growling from Rick. And Rick is still plunging this fucking knife in this dude's face. And then he just stares at him, this strange golden light filling his visor. And with a disgusted snarl, he throws the assassin, the marksman, at Daniel and Brody's feet, who was choking on his own blood. The knife still in his face, as Rick just kind of sits down in a huff, and the golden light seems to slowly dim.
Deal with that later. I'm going to run up to him. Is the guy like dying, or is he just injured?
He is dying.
Okay. Can I quickly cast
I'm gonna die.
Can I cast Healing Ward or trying to pull out the knife to make
I'm gonna need some medicine checks from you, mister.
it
Okay, so has Flint come out yet?
Yeah, no. You come out. This is the sight you see when you come out, Flint. You come out. Flint is. Rick looks like he's pissed off, and this golden glow is slowly descending from him. Drem is currently over this random dude who has a knife stuck in his neck, gurgling, rolling on the floor.
and praying at the same time too.
I think-
want to die.
I think Brody is like literally like looking deep into Jeff's eyes and like mentally being like, Jeff, you're dying. Like you are dying right now. The only thing you can do with your life is get revenge on the leader who abandoned you. Where did he go?
What
God,
the fuck is going on over here?
Roll me advantage persuasion, Brody.
By the way, Dan's mouth is like kind of just dropped open, and he's staring at Rick right now.
Rick's not looking at anybody. He's like looking down, still breathing heavily.
Open up a
Can I roll
fucking tab.
history on that?
Jesus.
Religion.
Or
maybe more
religion?
applicable.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You don't know.
Advantage.
I rolled an 8 on medical check, by the way. Just
You're trying so hard, but like,
Dude,
it's
I can't-
totally fucked.
You gotta be kidding me with these rolls.
I know, you have two dice that I gave you earlier. If you want to use them, this is the time.
Yes, yeah. Let me get. I just burnt. I guess burnt everything. I think I've got D8s too because I had the.
You have inspiration, though. He just gave you 2 inspiration.
That's
what
what
he's
I'm doing right now.
Well, and you should have the one that you started with, at
I'm just
least.
I'm gonna do the other one too. I mean, it's an 11.
No, it's 17.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
two.
plus the 6. Yeah.
He just goes, "You're right. You're right. Voice in my head. That's not the hobo." It's. He gurgles out. It's Haven. Dagon wastes. They're led by. He starts spasming, and he starts, huh? He starts screaming, and you notice his body is lit ablaze. Literally, spontaneously catching fire. Like, you jump back to him as he does so. As he begins to scream, you all notice this twisted, it almost looks like an upside-down star made out of chains and barbed wire that appears on its chest, gleaming in red.
Can I pull out my
And-
data pad real quick and take a picture?
You sure can. You do take a picture. And he's just screaming and screaming and screaming. And even when the body falls limp, you still hear the screaming.
Okay.
And he gets burned away to ashes.
So I know he wasn't able to speak it. Was he able to think it?
Yes, he was. He says the name Tauren.
How do you spell that?
Taren.
Okay. The symbol that popped up. Could I try and roll?
Roll
religion, you
religion.
think?
Its GC is not high.
Okay. I have a feeling of what it is, but 10.
It's a common symbol for basically devil worshippers. I'm not like verbatim devil worshippers. Somebody like one of the servants of the lords of hell.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it out loud. Oh god damn it!
Literally.
And I'm gonna turn to this as like I know what that symbol is at least, and I'll tell him it's the devil worshiper.
It's a generalized one. Like there's ones for each individual, like Lord of Sin, but that's just a general one.
Can I also roll religion on the thing?
You sure can. You're disadvantaged. Is that some angel shit? No, you have no fucking clue. You're out of your depth.
So that would be like let's just say devil worshippers were doing shit and they start putting random symbols. That would probably be one of the just common symbols they start putting around, basically.
Yep. Yes, sirrito.
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, when you come back, see this guy gargling, you saw that happen, he burst into flames with like a weird devil symbol on his fucking chest.
Holy cow, that was some crazy shit.
Don't touch the body.
Can I use my?
There's no body left. It's literally just ashes at this point.
Oh, don't touch the ashes.
Can I use my channel's affinity on one of my water rations?
No, just go.
In the future, no. Now, yes.
I mean, prayer divinity, you can make holy water with it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can't just use channel divinity to do that, like off the cuff. Is what I'm getting at. But yes, you can do it.
Don't use a water ration. We have water just like right here.
Like you just fill up the water ration. I mean,
we can do
I
that.
fill up the water ration after. Well, I have a canteen too, so.
Yeah, do you want to use your canteen water?
Yeah, I'll use my canteen water and I'll just pour it over that. Just go away, go away, go away.
As you do so, the ashes explode outward, and this weird, twisted black figure snarls in your face before it disappears on the wind.
I'm glad I did that now.
You are very glad you did that. You noticed the ground beneath him was turning like blackened and red, and now it's reverting.
Did it look like?
No, not like the crystals.
How it got started though?
No. Different
type of energy.
Yeah, entirely different. Last thing seemed like strange and malevolent. This one, it's clearly just fucking evil.
Cool.
And Salty, that was the Aegon waste. What was the name
Aegon.
of it?
Aegon waste.
That's right.
Yeah.
Going back to the desert, Matt.
God damn it! I shouldn't have said anything.
It was already a thing. Like I didn't do it just to fuck with you.
Doing it to fuck with me.
No, well, I mean, I guess the grand scheme of things, I'm doing it to fuck with all of you.
Brody's gonna walk back over to his surfboard and be like, "Shh, don't worry, Nani. I won't let the fire hurt you. It'll be okay. I promise."
After all that, Drama's gonna say out loud, you know, I think I should start making a lot more holy water around here if we're gonna deal with that shit. Oh shit, holy water! And I go running back into the base.
Dren run past all of you.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, buddy. Sorry about that. Things have been kind of a shit show since you've been taking your glorious nap. But I'm glad you're back. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
We'll say, Flint, you feel better
You're
than
feeling
ever.
2 thumbs up?
Flint
you
rocks,
notice
2 big thumbs up. Yeah, my dad gave me a new arm.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, so what's all this about Aegon wastes?
I don't know. Brody, what's going on?
Don't worry, Nani. I promise everything will be okay. Oh yeah, boss. So the dude was talking about a place. He said that they came from something called Haven, and that a demon was gonna take his soul if he mentioned it. But then I kind of got him to mention it, and it looks like the demon took his soul.
And we want to go provoking this demon. Why?
It was Reggie, the guy who gave me this, and I like point to like the fire burns on my
I'll be right back,
neck.
gents.
Like from getting nuked. Remember when you shot the missile out of the sky, Flint?
Yeah, so it's a revenge thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if we killed him or not.
Well, they did kind of like bring a bunch of guys to attack us and pointed all the dead bodies over there.
Okay. All right, so we're not gonna be safe here until we take out this guy. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So you said a demon took his soul?
Something
It
like
might
that.
be related to Richtofen, but I don't think so. But if we could convince the hand to that it is, they might just be able to go take care of this problem for us.
You know, it did seem like Rick really didn't like that guy.
Well, he did shoot him in the face 3 times.
That's fair.
And he shot me in the shoulder, and he shot at Dandroid. I didn't like the guy either. But we at least could have stolen his stuff. First. Looked like he had some good shit.
Well, before we make plans to travel halfway across the planet, you guys remember that we're supposed to report back to the hub
Yeah.
next week, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not next week. It's just in a couple of days, bud. We've been waiting on you to wake up because we can't fly. Speaking of which, I'm gonna try something, but we need to get these guys upgraded. Drem and Brody, they need some more training. So I'm gonna see if I can buy it off the hub store, but if not, we need you to take them in to get some training until then.
Okay. What do they need to learn? How to lose an arm or how to get their face fucked up?
No, not training from us, like training from professionals.
We're
How
gonna
the-
cut back to
The losing an arm training sounds pretty interesting. How do you do that?
Metagaming, I'm saying they want to level up.
Yeah, I know. What you're saying.
Okay.
Cut now to Drem as he runs through, realizing, oh shit!
Yeah.
As you run, you notice you don't hear the sound of crackling flames anymore.
Or screaming.
Nor screaming.
Yay.
We'd all just grown so used to it. It was our white noise that we fall asleep to.
I'm gonna run up. Is there anything different on the markings of the door?
They appear like almost like completion of a rotation. Yeah, they almost look like the time, like ding, timer's done, type of shit. But like the seal is still there.
I'm gonna put my ear to it. Do I hear anything inside?
No,
Does it smell like cooked cleric?
Oh, God.
no, actually.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
we should have tossed some rosemary in there whenever he first went in.
Mm-hmm. A little bit
my
of beef
God. Garlic
broth.
salt.
Make
Yeah,
sure he's
exactly.
nice and hydrated.
Some onions, maybe a little garlic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do something very specific to the wall, though, to the door.
Hmm.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, 1 second. Did you hear that?
No.
No.
1 second. He knocks back, damn it, the mic's not picking it up.
We'll go. Oh. And I'm gonna start opening the door.
Seal opens, and as it does so, I'm going to describe it before I show you the picture. He's out of his armor. The armor itself is a ruined wreck behind him. He is currently standing there. What appears to be a Republic sidearm that's engraved. He is currently he has it like the slide is open. He appears to be cleaning it as you open the door. He's wearing a form of white, strange body armor around him. Wearing a white shirt and some sort of jeans and some boots. He is also covered head to toe in bandages and the only thing visible are his eyes and the bridge of his nose that is horrifically burned. Revealing this.
Looks familiar.
Right?
Shh.
No particular reason.
Anyway, he literally, like, as you walk in, the slide cocks back, and he just kind of lowers the gun, and he says, I believe the 3 days ended 4 hours ago.
Sorry about that. We ran into a little bit of trouble upstairs. You good, by the way?
Of course.
No.
The bandages. I assure you, these wounds are not from the purification ritual. The purification ritual scorches the soul, not the flesh.
Oh god, that sounds horrible. But at least you're alive still.
Of that I had doubts at the time, but it appears as though I am fine now. I thank you for the most part, keeping to your word. Better late than never.
Yeah, sorry, we had a lot of things go on the last few days.
I will say it would have been incredibly funny if he starved to death in that room.
Yeah.
We just forgot for like 2 months, and we come back and there's just dead cleric in there.
Oh yeah, he was in there. Well, no, he's so high level, he'd probably survive and just like be stuck in there and be
As soon as
really
you open the
pissed.
door.
Really pissed.
He
At a certain point, he would have just used divine intervention every week to get out, or every day.
Every day.
Oh god. Okay, so you think you're okay for moving around now? You good? No weird murderous tendencies popping
Forward.
up?
He steps forward again.
Go too slow.
He outstretches a hand.
Like just for me to shake it, or
And it grasps your neck.
Yes. He lays on hands. Around your throat, he's strangling you. No.
I'll take his hand, like little bit hesitant, but I'll shake his hand back then.
Siegfried. And you are?
Drem. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. I believe there are others of your group. Does anyone require attention?
Maybe. We might also need a crusade going on, but we'll get to that point later.
It's a strange word to use.
Yes, it is, and I'd hate that it fits the situation.
He doesn't say anything. He just kind of, like, his eyes narrow, like, the fuck's going on?
Look, this is one religious man saying it to another religious man. He knows exactly what he's saying.
No, I know what you're saying fits, but he's just like,
Okay, so we should talk outside if you're good with everyone else.
lead the way.
By the way, there's a few bodies outside. They were bandits. They tried killing us. So
It's... I wish you would have ran down and freed me earlier. I could have had some assistance.
yeah, sorry. We were also dealing with what are they called? Stormworms?
Just a storm. The big one is a stormworm.
The stormworm too.
No. Does everyone make it out okay?
We did.
Well, that is fortunate.
So yeah, and it should be gone for now. The hub shot at it too. They didn't like it either.
I imagine so. Your base being so remarkably close to the hub. I almost didn't find it, but the Talon crawlers, fortunately, did not do much to dissuade me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, those talon crawlers up there, they're nice talon crawlers though.
Oh, I do hope they forgive me for what I did when I came in here.
You know, we all make mistakes. We'll do
Some more than others.
Yeah. I think they. I
There's
think
no
we can-
consequence. They are just animals. I doubt they remember it.
they remember. They remember.
They what?
I'm just gonna start saying to myself. I'm just like under my breath. They remember. They remember
Yep.
everything.
You need to speak up.
Planet.
I'm too old to be trying to listen to people mumbling.
Sorry for the It's been a really long day. Also, just odd question. How much holy water do you have on you by any chance?
Do you really believe if I had holy water on me that it would have survived being on fire for 3 days?
Look, I don't know. I can't make that much myself,
I
okay?
have 3 flasks on me.
Thank you.
It burns the soul, not the flesh.
He's cracking a joke.
We need to pour a little bit around the base again, just for
What?
safety reasons.
So stepping out, all of you are still kind of like around the charred ashes. And then Drem comes out along with a new companion.
As we step out, we go, "Hey everyone, this is
What's my name? Dan points his gun at this guy.
We go, wait,
Drem,
Dan.
stand
You know
back.
him. Daniel, you know him.
Daniel, the gun starts feeling very heavy in your hands. Roll a strength check. The gun drops from your hands,
Is that 2 in a row?
and you
That's
get this
2 in a row.
feeling. You get the feeling that like you're just sweating profusely as if you've been put in an oven. Daniel falls to his knees.
Dan, you good? You okay?
Get back.
I'm gonna walk up to Daniel, like try to help him. I was like, "Don't worry, it's good. It's the paladin." Oh, wait, no, he was a cleric, wasn't he?
Dabble in both ways.
The big guy in armor in the closet.
Oh. Hi. Sorry. We just had people trying to. Am I still like feeling like shit?
It passed as soon as you went down.
Okay, can I stand back up?
Roll me an insight check, by the way. You felt something similar when you were squaring up versus Calamar. Oh, I'm sorry, not when you were squaring versus Calamar. When you were approaching Tetron, the Confessor one on the bridge, when you were back in Elysium. It's that same feeling of dread that just overtook you in that presence. It's very similar. Tetron's was far more intense, but like it's the same thing.
Dan's going to like mutter under his breath, "Stupid angels." And yeah, he can stand up though.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right. He'll pick up his gun as well. And say, "You're okay?"
I'm talking to the priest.
Yeah.
I am unharmed for the most part, it would appear. Nothing a little bed rest won't be able to solve.
Could you look at someone for me?
Of course. Who must I look at?
I turned to Rick.
Who has, by the way,
not-
sat there and said nothing.
And Rick, you feeling all right?
There's no response.
Dan kind of motions to Siegfried.
I'll go with him.
He steps by, but at the corner of his eyes, he spots Flint, and he kind of like looks at your arm and your eye, like for a momentary look, and then he just keeps going. He approaches Rick and puts his hand on his shoulder. Rick doesn't react, and Siegfried leans in and kind of like stares at him. Rick eventually kind of like shakes his head awake, and he's like, "What happened?
You just suplexed the guy.
Where'd that fucker go?" Looks up. Oh,
Brody
hi.
made him disintegrate.
Brody did what?
He
Oh,
made him have his
nice.
soul eaten.
Wait, what?
That's what he
And
says.
Siegfried also turns around. What?
That's what he said.
Hey,
I don't. He
Like I
didn't
said,
eat the soul. He said there was like a demon or something. I don't know. Brody, come explain.
He's like, nope.
Demons aren't my thing.
Hey, bros, what's up?
Yeah, Brody, did you get anything from him when you're doing your whole thing?
Yeah, he said something like, so he was real nervous, and then he was like, well, if I tell anybody anything, the demon's gonna eat my soul. So I can't tell anybody anything. And then I kind of convinced him to tell me some stuff. And when he started saying the stuff, the seal popped up and it went on fire and everything. And it was kind of crazy. Nani got really worried. She's not a big fan of fire, so.
Are you intentionally trying to be vague, or am I supposed to just guess?
That's
I
just
don't.
the way he
No,
talks.
how's that not perfectly clear, man? What do you need help with?
Brody, could you
What
me a
do you
favor?
mean? Who burst
Word-
into flame? What are you talking about?
Word for word, what did
Jeff.
he say?
Jeff. I look at like the blackened ground. I'm like, I point at it. I'm like, Jeff. He said that.
What's his name?
Who
Even?
is
Jeff?
it?
He was one of the guys trying to kill us.
There were people trying to kill you.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dan jerks his finger back towards like the pile of corpses over here.
The
So
cleric, now firstly noticing, says, "So this gentleman was one of those."
yeah, he said he was
yeah.
from a place called Haven, and then
He turns to you, and like, you get cut off as you hear this low growl. What did he say?
He said he was from a place called Haven.
Did he tell you where it was?
Yeah, he said it. Well, he kind of said it was in the Aber Waste. I'm sorry,
Aegon.
Aegon.
Yeah, I've got it in my notes. I just don't have that pulled up. Yeah,
He
said it was
kind
in
of
the-
like shakes his hand like, "Yes, I know Aegon Waste." Did he say anything else?
No, but he said it. He did say that it was run by a guy called Taran.
He lets out an exhalation of breath and just shakes his head and says, "Unfortunately, that's not much to go on, and is about as much information as any one of my brothers and sisters has as well."
Did he say it was run by someone from Taran? Or could Taran be a place? Or could it be a thing?
It is a person. We know that much.
Oh.
I know who Tauren is, and I know who he belongs to in this regard, but we don't know where he is, or where this haven is either.
Hey, Brody, can you do me a favor? What did he say that caused a boat to burst into flames?
Yeah, he said something like the demon would kill him if he talked about anything. So I kind of thought it was like like something's gonna come for him, but apparently it was just an instant, like the second he talks kind of thing.
So you were interrogating him and he burst into flames.
Pretty much.
So you were attacked not by bandits but by pagans.
No, they were definitely bandits. At least they were when we originally met them. I think.
Right. Well, there is a difference between bandits and the pagans. Pagans are literal devil worshippers that are located somewhere in Aegon Wastes. The bandits, while associated with them, don't necessarily are mutually exclusive.
Well, these guys were associated with Rick Toffin.
Oh,
Rick Topham.
Do you know that name, Siegfried?
Not really. Wait. Isn't he the Ironskin Company's head mob boss's son?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, until he did this to our base. And that's why you need
He looks around at this beautiful paradise.
Well,
kind of
not-
just like...
the slate
Seems like he did a good thing. Seems like he did a good deed. It looks a lot better than when I showed up.
Well, no, he was the reason why you needed to show up at all.
Ah. Speaking of which, I'm going to naturally assume that since we're all still breathing and nothing's gone horrifically wrong in that front, that nothing else has crawled from the lower levels.
Not yet, thank God.
That is
We
rather
haven't
fortunate.
been down there since, though, so like...
That is very wise.
Just wait till tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be something fun down there.
Are you trying to goad the fates, or are you just stupid?
This is the Unlucky Company, sir.
Right, I forgot you had that rather unfortunate name. I was
Rather
going to ask you
apt.
why you named that thing, but something tells me it's pretty clear.
Well, at the very least, judging from these guys' reaction, they weren't willing demon worshippers, if I should say.
No, they most certainly are willing. Those marks and that sort of possession can't happen to somebody who's not willing. He might not have enjoyed the sourness of the fruits of his labor, but he did plant those seeds himself, I assure you.
I mean, I'm sure that anything is better than dying, though, or becoming sacrifice or something.
If somebody puts a gun to your head and tells you to ravage another person, if you do it, are you somehow relieved from doing so? He could
No.
have died for all he wanted to. He chose this life, and that's where his life led him. And he points to the pile of ashes. Trust me, I'm going to assume your ignorance of the subject because these people are not good people or misunderstood. They're bad people. And they're, well, rather the descendants of really bad people that have gotten a rather rough upbringing.
Questions
It
for
is the-
Lever on that?
Dan, gets an idea, and he turns around and looks at Steven.
Steven, who is currently petting his dog, you seem like whispering into his dog, kind of like, it's okay, we're gonna be okay.
Dan's gonna walk.
I know you were worried about that, and you kind of like you hear that line, and he's like, I know you're worried about that.
How
What's
you
up,
feeling?
Daniel?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling just fine. You?
A little curious why your old boss came here, and if you know anything about this demon.
No, I don't know anything about the fucking demon. And no, Reggie's not one of those pagan fuckers, but yes, those guys do exist. No, Reggie is from a gang that used to run with the Iron Skins a while back, but split ways when Boss was trying to, well,
Kill us?
he kind of looks to the cleric, reform.
Well,
See, the boss is old. He didn't want to still be a crook all his life. He was trying to do right towards the end of his. Now he's at the end of his life, so he cut a lot of ties with those guys. But people like Richtofen and me still have contacts with him. Well, I knew Reggie, but I mean, that's about the extent of it. I mean,
Why
I
didn't
turned
he
on
kill
him
you?
the day you picked me up. I think it's because when he showed up here, he assumed that I'd just join his merry band and turn on you. When I didn't, he tied me up and put me at gunpoint.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look and say, well,
I'm
for
glad he
Reggie,
didn't.
Although I want to say, Daniel, his offer of split reward of the artifact there was real tempting, and he kind of rolls his eyes. I almost wanted to help him remove it just to watch him get fucked by whatever crawls out of there.
Do you know why he wanted the artifact?
He thinks it's worth a fortune.
It is worth a fortune.
I mean, it is, but
Well, fine. Richtofen was apparently going to pay him over 100,000 credits for it.
So he's still in contact with Richtofen?
Yeah, supposedly.
have
So
you
that
met
means
any of the
Richtofen
other
is
people?
probably in contact with the demon.
Maybe.
I
don't know.
I will say that Detect Thoughts is going through all of this.
You
Is
cannot
there-
detect Siegfried's thoughts.
No, not Siegfried.
Oh, okay. But the
Stevens,
party.
right? No, I'm.
Oh, the Stevens.
is he
He's
lying or is he-
no, he's not. Everything
Okay.
he's saying, he's recalling it. Like he's not speaking to himself, going like, "Oh shit." No, he's more like just verbatim what he's
I just
thinking.
wanted to make sure like he wasn't giving us the runaround or anything.
Nope.
Were these guys your friends?
What? No, I didn't know. I only knew Reggie. These guys were new. And I
They
think they
were.
were new with Reggie too, because Reggie kept forgetting their names. He kept calling the fat one Chungo or some shit.
Oh, Big Chungo over there? Yeah.
What? He's not Big Chung. I don't even know his fucking name, but I know it was a Big Chungo because he definitely got pissed every time.
Well, he called him
called
Big
him that.
Chungo, and it kind of fits.
Because Daniel, there's a cleric right there. The cleric, mind you, who's looking at Rick quizzically, he doesn't look at you, Daniel, but he says, "They were all assholes. Speak ill of them if you want to."
If they were a new crew of his, there's a high chance that would these guys have the same mark on their bodies that the same demon mark somewhere, like carved into them? Siegfried?
See, are you taking that to Steven or Siegfried?
Siegfried.
Siegfried kind of gets up from Rick, who Rick and Siegfried have not shared a word, but they've been looking at each other this whole time. And Siegfried walks away. He walks towards the Grenadier.
Wait. Have we looted these bodies yet?
No.
Can we loot these bodies before he does something and burns everything up accidentally?
Won't cause it to trigger. The only thing that causes their bodies to be destroyed is if they start breaking faith with their masters.
Breaking pacts causes it, anything like that.
Mainly telling us useful information, as much as it's frustrated me and my fellows. And the Death's Hand, if I'm to understand, I think Death's Hands as well is looking for Haven, but none of us have found it.
So I take it you've captured some of these people before then?
Oh, of course.
Dan is furiously looting these two bodies while they're talking because he does not trust what he's saying.
Roll me a d20 for the Grenadier first.
7.
Ugh. You find his canister launcher, but it's a pile of scrap. Like it got damaged in the fight. You find one incendiary canister round. You find that's actually it, other than the credits. Oh, and one stim pack, actually. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do this for you. You find what 94 credits. They do not have dog tags.
Okay.
And then you want to search Bob the Rifleman.
Yes, please. Damn it!
His rifle is fucked. He has another 2 rifle ammo. You do recover his sidearm, though. None of the ammo, though. It's just a Republic standard sidearm, just so you know.
I toss it to Flint because I stole one of his.
Yeah. You toss Flint. He tosses you one, and you're like, "I already have one." And you look at your holster, and it's gone.
I did some upgrades on it.
Sneaky bastard.
I did some upgrades on it while you were sleeping.
What kind of upgrades?
Just tune up. I cleaned it. Forgot to give it back.
I look at the gun and do I notice anything different about it?
It's clearly not your fucking gun. The parts look strangely mismatched. It's definitely not hub produced. Or even produced by a contractor. It looks strangely salvaged.
Had some technical difficulties while putting this back together, I'm guessing.
74 credits, Daniel, for Bob the Rifleman, and you do not get any dog tags or nothing.
Does it still fire the same, mechanically?
Yes.
Okay.
Just looks weird.
I'm going to, since I'm talking about Sega, I'm going to ask him, have you found any clues to what demon they're serving?
Your question, it would be asked, what demon are they not serving?
Great.
Sort of a free-range demon affair. Miser. I suppose they are serving him in their own way, but from what I understand is Miser, it does not reciprocate. How did you know?
That Miser's a demon?
Oh, you didn't. Oh, I thought you knew that he was one of the Lords of Sin.
No.
I just Lords of Sin. What the fuck?
Yes.
Actually, no. Dan.
He's been sanctioned by the Republic to serve in this faction, in this manner, I suppose. And well, call me old-fashioned, but I do still have my loyalties to the Republic, so I'll kind of let that one slide. Besides, Miser's track record hasn't really been as disastrous as his contemporaries.
There's a Lord of Cinder just sitting. Why? A Lord of Cinder.
Just one.
Why?
That's a question you better ask Warden.
Because he's good at his job.
You know what? I don't even want to get involved in that. That hurts my head.
I don't. I took to drinking when I discovered that was going to be a thing.
Do we have any booze? And we can turn to Daniel.
Rise the desert.
Dandroid makes a great coffee. You can go ask him for some coffee.
It's coffee.
Remember, he made me coffee that once, and it was just sludge.
What did you make it out? You don't want to know. is the answer, I believe.
Yeah, you made me roll like a Constitution.
I remember that. I'm sorry. I forgot. So you search those two bodies.
Yeah.
There is still one more body, which is that last rifleman.
Okay, I'll just finish her off. 15. Finally, something good.
There we go. You get his rifle. You find a combat knife, a sidearm, 3 rifle ammo, 3 sidearm ammo, a grenade, a fragmentation grenade, and a stim pack, along with.
Wait, hold on. Can we say this all again?
You find a rifle, a sidearm, 4 rifle ammo, 4 sidearm ammo, a stim pack, and a grenade.
Stupid roll 20. Sidearm.
You also find 484 credits.
Yay.
And again, no dog tags.
Yeah.
1 second.
Do I know what type of grenade?
I think fragmentation?
Plus 2. 6. 10. Flint. Do you need? I'll give you 4 sidearm ammo.
I'm good right now. Do you want to hold on to it?
Alright, well, I'm just gonna put it in storage later.
Oh yeah, I was gonna put one of the shotguns I found in storage too, so we have one in there.
I'm at like capacity too for how much I'm carrying.
Yeah, I mean, we can always put stuff in storage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wanted to ask you how the storage
All right, I'm
works.
back.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
You put it in the tab.
No, that part I understand. I meant like there's like base 1, base 2, whatever.
That's the rooms. The rooms are
Oh,
labeled.
cool.
Just put it in a room
You
that
find all that stuff. Sorry.
has free space. 'Cause it
Got
says
okay,
this-
that's what I want to make sure about.
Yeah.
After you loot the bodies, do you want Siegfried to check?
Yes, please.
So he leans down. He cuts open the armor for the grenadier, which was already useless because of your roll. Revealing his chest, which does have this symbol on it. It's just on his flesh rather than glowing. After seeing it, he just kind of looks down, shakes his head, and gets up. And says, he kind of just gestures to it to you, Daniel, because you're the one that wanted to check.
Okay. What do I see in the symbol?
The same symbol that was on before.
Can I inspect it now because it's like not just
Sure.
disappearing? Okay.
What do you want? What are you trying to get from it?
Like investigation on
Well,
like
investigation. You happy with that roll?
I'm not. I'm gonna roll a d8. 11.
Okay, so with an 11, you do find out something, a little detail. How it was made, you just know for certain that the person who made this did it to themselves, like with a sharp implement. Like it's just like rigid scar tissue that they did it to themselves with. But the way it is, like you'd have to have a knife like pointed down at yourself, and you'd have to do it to it yourself.
Mm.
So, and you also notice it's not quite the same as the other one. There's varying, like, proportions and whatnot because it's not a perfect copy.
Because they did it themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely that fucked.
Okay. Does the pattern mean anything?
Is
Is there like any meaning in the pattern? Like
religion?
this pattern
Religion?
represents the demon of death. or
So,
of gluttony.
Edgy people exist in this world. Imagine being so edgy that you'd worship literal demons. With your religion of 21 that you just rolled, it's basically like as if an edgy emo was just like their, I don't know, their fucking Twitter bio. Like that's essentially what like the individual things like, mean, quote unquote. It's just nothing but angst and like, mad at the heavens and whatnot. Yes, dear? Okay.
But it doesn't. So it doesn't represent the
Really,
demon that
like
it's in contract with.
So that's the next bit. This is like a general symbol. There's no specific mention of contract or nothing, which is kind of weird because there definitely is one, but there's no specific mention. Like I said, it's very general, and yet it still retains potency, as you saw earlier, which is, I would say, even with the religion of 21, is a little weird. Usually, you are correct. They need to have some sort of markings bearing like a specific demon or something, but it's not there. It's just it's a general term that's given a lot of strength for some reason.
So there's no connection. I mean, like, so how does the demon, if there's no like connection to a demon, how does it, like, how does the demon just
Work.
instantly eat their soul? Yeah.
Well, you don't know if that even happened, but you want to roll me an Arcana check?
I would love to. 21. Same roll.
You're not quite sure you understand with your rational mind exactly how it works, but like, so the only parallel I can give you in this world is the fact that, so the greater four exist. It's those four gods I mentioned earlier, Bahamut, Timora, Morden, and Hextor, that have banded together and have now kind of govern, well, not govern, but keep the other gods in line. And from their general assistance towards one another, or at least coexistence, that if they have formed another idea, the idea being the greater four. And that idea has strength. Like there are clerics of the greater four that can draw strength from that. You feel like this is a fucked up version of that, but representing basically just hell itself. All of the demon lords, Asmodeus, and all of the fucking lords of sin. This is just a generalized term for hell that's been given strength just as the greater four has. That's why there's no specific signature on it. And just like a holy symbol of a cleric, there is like a certain magical gravitas to it. So yeah, there is something watching through these, but like it's more of an idea rather than a specific person.
Gotcha. Can I walk over to the place where the bomb went off? Or not the bomb, but the teleporter went off?
The grounds are scorched around. No trace of the machine has been left behind, but what would you like to do?
Is there any way I can, like, pick up, like, mana detections or something? Like, record, like, figure out, like...
Roll an Arcana check. If you crit, I will allow it.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it's just, there's no way. Not with what tools you have available to you.
Mm-hmm. I figured that would be the case.
Try though.
Alright.
Now, we're about to close off the session, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting rather late, and I do have stuff I gotta take care of, mainly dinner. But, is there anything else, last-minute shit you guys wanted to do, or try and like get done real fucking quick?
Put things in the storage.
Like, you couldn't handle that, Dan.
Yeah. Well, but, like, Drem and stuff have it too. So.
By all means, I trust you. You just do your sheet.
Well, but I don't know what they want to give.
Oh well, like talk to you. I'm giving you permission to handle that.
Okay, can I do that offline? So...
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Can I go check on Rick?
Oh yeah, by all means. Rick seems normal. He's just kind of looking around. He's like still staring at Siegfried though, curiously.
Can I give Rick like a little dap him up? You know what I'm talking about? Like just a little dap him up. Take his hand real quick.
Yeah, you wake up from a daze again, and he kind of goes, hi, Flint, you're awake.
Yeah, I was actually just up near Hextor, and he got in a little bit of trouble for us coming to save you, but
Oh shit, really?
yeah, nothing the big guy can't handle.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that was weird. I I kind of blacked out there for a second. 1 minute, that fucker had me in a headlock, and then the next, did I do something?
I don't know. I just got here.
Okay.
Probably not.
Sorry, I'm just oh yeah, probably not. I'm just a little out of it.
Dude, you fucking murked that guy, bro. It was crazy.
I what?
Murked him. You like shoved your knife like straight up through his chin. He was gurgling blood.
He was surrendering. I wouldn't do that.
It was insane, bro. That's the gnarliest stab I've ever
He
seen.
checks for his knife, notices it's not there, looks at the pile of ashes where it still is. Oh,
I'll pick it up and then hand him the knife.
takes it shakily and looks at it. Okay. Well, welcome back, Flint. I'm gonna go for a walk. He starts like walking away, like looking, just kind of having like 1,000-yard stare as he's walking away. Tinker walks up to you, crawls up to you, spins around you, gives you a bit of a forehead bap.
Flint will like pat him on the head.
Daniel's busy doing that stuff. Drem, are you trying to do any last-minute stuff or do anything?
I'm just with Siegfried looking over the bodies, looking at the markings and stuff.
Roll religion yourself. See if you crit or something. I don't know. It can happen.
It could happen. Nope.
If it did, I swear. Stevens continues petting his dog. Daniel still doing his investigations. Brody, did you want to do any last-minute things before we close it up?
No, good.
Alrighty, man. Sorry if this all seemed like boring or uneventful.
No, it was
But
awesome.
no,
Yeah, I feel like a lot happened.
you know, you never know. Sometimes it feels like if I don't put fucking combat in, I bore everybody to tears. And also, it feels like if I do put combat in, everybody's just bored to tears, staring, waiting for their turn. But anyway, hope you all had fun. What's up?
Next question before we go.
Mhm.
The armor we put on, like the expedition armor and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do we have like? Can you wear any armor, or do we have to get the proficiency for them?
As long as you're a cleric, you're already efficient with all the armor, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't. I know you changed something.
As long as it's not like a technical armor, like for example, if the armor that the priest was wearing was somehow fixed, you wouldn't be able to wear it, or at the very least, like someone like Daniel couldn't wear it. Like some things might have specific requirements, but like normal shit does not.
I think artificers have the ability to like attune to anything, right?
Not
Isn't
this
that
one.
a
Well,
high level one, like skill. I don't know.
I think you're
I
thinking
could
of
be
a
pulling that
thief,
out my
by the way.
ass.
I think you're thinking of a thief because the thief class, like
No,
with the thief
artificer
subclass, has
can
the.
too.
Well, it's not a matter of attunement. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
find out because I assume Daniel's gonna try to fix that shit.
I'm gonna fix
Maybe
it
he
so I
won't.
can give it back to the guy. I'm not gonna like.
Oh, I don't want to take it, but like you'll find out the issues with that. But
Only because I might
Yeah.
find the light armor I found. Cause
so just to remind you of everything that's going on, like in the game, real quick, you still have that cylinder, by the way. It's just somewhere in the jungle. That's still a thing. But in addition, lest anybody forget,
don't forget the secret briefcase.
secret briefcase, all that shit. There's also 1 to 3 days until you're expected back at the hub.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the black circle? Is that just
Tax
the month-
day.
end of the month?
Tax.
Okay.
Next day.
Well, fuck you too.
What? What'd you expect?
I don't know.
Oh man, you
Not
should have been here
that-
for the last text day.
No, he wasn't here for the last text day. Like the mad dash to try and get a third job done.
Yeah, we found out you have to have a certain number of jobs done for the hub every single month, otherwise you get like fined. So we were just like looking for like random shit to like like help people.
Yeah, wasn't it? Who was it that caused like a ruckus at it, like snatched a job out of the air and like ran to do it?
That was Jergal.
Yeah, it was great.
Jergal like straight up
Gar
cast a
somebody
mass
to get arrested.
suggestion on someone to like.
Oh my god,
to-
yeah, that was
God.
great.
That was so stressful.
And then that was when Rex headbutted the impervious like door.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
The
Oh my god, yeah, when he fucking used his head as a battering ram and broke down a fucking bulkhead door because he crit.
Has Mordak come back yet?
He's never coming back,
He's never
dude.
coming back.
He's not coming back.
He's been, like, a
Like,
few weeks.
I know, and he didn't show up.
All right.
What do you want from me, man?
No, it's not you. I mean, you know.
It's just it's stupid, but that's just what it happened.
No, it's not your fault.
But yeah, man. Anything else for me?
Good session. I
Yeah.
appreciate you figuring it out. Like, because I only messaged you yesterday, so.
Well, that was the plan already. Like you were just gonna. That was already a plan. What happened when you wake up? With Dirk, it's gonna be a little trickier. But that'll manage. Are you gonna come back for Grimtide or is it just for New World? For now.
Well, because I am free this Saturday I can't, and then the next Saturday I could, but then the Saturday after that I can't. So like I'm just probably gonna wait until the 20th of August and
Hey.
come back then.
You do you, man.
Because otherwise it's gonna be like on and off. Like if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come back.
Hey, like I said, I'm just happy that you're here today. I know Mazra misses his front linesman.
I don't know. Maz has become the front linesman. Because we got a grumpy or no, he's not a grumpy.
Oh yeah,
he's
you
a,
tell
he's
him
a
about
good
that,
player.
Dan. I'll be back. Well, I won't be back. I'll see you around
Oh
later.
jeez, yeah, I need to stop the screen before I do that.